Still there, Kieran? Ah, excellent. You see, you just went quiet for a while there. So anyway, there we go. We are now ready to go. Yeah. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Fraser McKenzie here, the main commentator for the Talk of the Devil Elite League. And welcome to round 2 of the Talk of the Devil Elite League. We come to you at the La Castellet circuit in France. And joining me this evening is my guest commentator for this evening, one of the drivers from the Extreme 2 Racing League, the second division of the Extreme Racing League. It's Mr. Kieran Knight. Kieran, welcome along this evening. How are you doing? That's great to hear. And so yeah, as you can see, it's going to be a very small grid this evening. Only 4 drivers with us at the moment. So what's happened is we have gone from a 100% race this evening to a 50% race. It will still be short qualifying like last week. So we'll wait and see what happens. Now it's just a waiting game to see who's first to head out onto the track. But there we go. We've got 2 drivers out. And the first man out onto the track. We'll just wait and see. And there he is, first man out on the track is Adrian Solomon. He's the first man out onto the track. And Hubert is following suit. And the other drivers we have with us this evening, one of them being one of the newcomers here, Jeremy Kopecki. He's the newcomer for this evening, and of course we've got Owen Lewis, who's one of the contenders in the Extreme 1 Racing League. And as I say that, Owen is next out onto the track. So with this being short qualifying, it will just be a case of whatever tyres you use to set your fastest lap on will be the tyres you start the race on, regardless of position on the grid. Indeed, and last time out in Canada, it was Philip Harris that took pole position, and the winner was Chris Harley. And with both of those drivers not taking part this weekend, we are guaranteed a new pole sitter and a new race winner. So for those that are watching the stream right now on Twitch, welcome along this evening. You can let us know in the chat your predictions on who you think is going to win out of these 4 drivers, whether it's going to be Jeremy, Hubert, Adrian or Owen. So we're with Adrian Solomon right now. He's coming through now to finish his lap. Coming to the final chicane now. Tight right-hander onto the main straight. And across the line, a 1:31.996. Good lap time to start proceedings off. And Hubert having to do another lap because his previous lap time would have been cancelled out for track infringement. Slight lock up there to complete the first sector. And sponsorship-wise, he too is sporting the Sunburst sponsorship, as is Adrian. But Owen Lewis comes through a 1:31.2, puts him on provisional pole for now. Jeremy is on a lap as well. We'll see what lap time he comes up with. So yeah, it's great in France back the home of Grand Prix. And across the line, 1:31.7. That's a good lap time from him. Only about half a second away from Owen. Him second at the moment. Jeremy, on the other hand, is coming through the final sector now to start, to finish, I should say, his flying lap. Sporting the famously unlucky 13. Hopefully the race is anything but unlucky for less time as of yet. So let's ride on board with him. Goes through turn 1. Very tight through turn 1 and then squeaks around turn 2. Runs down to turn and 4. No time to think as you head through the tight right-handers of turns 5 and 6. It's a long right-hander here. And then a slight kink in turn 7. And down the back straight. One of the DRS zones for us. Shortly going through turns 8 and 9. Right kink onto the left, and then long flat out section of turn 10. Thinking about setting that optimum racing line for turn 11, and then wide through turn 12. Going through turn 13 and then turn 14. There's the pit lane entry, which has changed from last season. There's turn 15 there, and then onto the main straight. DRS open, that's the second of the DRS zone, and across the line, 1:32.2. This is 4. So with only 4 drivers there, there's not much to say on the grid at the moment. It's Owen on the front row, Owen on pole, Hubert second, Adrian third, and Jeremy in 4th. So Owen Lewis going for an out lap. No predictions as of yet as to who people think are going to be on pole, but we'll wait and see what happens. I mean, with that sort of time, going to be tough time Owen set to beat. Sponsorship wise, Owen sporting AVAX and Highland sponsorship, sort of gold and silver livery. Only driver out on track now. He's looking to improve on his lap time. So while it's all quiet here at the moment, we'll have a look and see what's happening in the main league race. I'll be joining them on comment as soon as this is over. Got about 6 minutes to go. Yeah, that's Hubert, Adrian, and Jeremy. I'm just looking at the main league stream right now, and compared to us, they've got a wet qualifying to deal with. That will make things interesting. Nevertheless, Owen. Absolutely. But Owen over here in the Elite League, Owen takes improved by another second, a 1:30.7. About 5 minutes to go in this. Yeah, that is definitely going to be a tough time to beat. Is now out on the track. There's 5 minutes to go before the end of qualifying. And in the main league, also a full grid as well. So it'll be interesting to see how things play out from there.
1986, when Ella de Angelis was killed in the quick Verrier corner conflict. Hopefully no accident.
Securing with the driving experience you've got under your belt, what do you feel the key getting a good? Because with it be with a couple of the sections here being one corner after the other, especially for this chicane here of turns 1 and 2, very little room for error as you've got a chicane at turn 4 coming up now, and then there's little to no time to think before you've got the two right-handers of turns 5 and 6. That's one of the sections that, as you've mentioned, is the key in a good lap time here. And then you've got those. Then of course you've got the longer corners in the final sector, which Jeremy has just entered right now. The long right-hander flat out at turn 10, and then it's the long right-hand left-hand turn 12. and then it switches back on itself at turn 13, and then you've got the final chicane at turns 14 and 15.
When that puts was downforce, however, the wall change was introduced 28 above the use of the controversial wing.
Yes, and Jeremy comes across the line now. He doesn't improve on his lap time. It was 1:34 on that occasion. There's less than 3 minutes to go. If you're wanting to get a lap time, if you're wanting to improve on your lap time, now would be a good time to do so. And Hubert is on track on his outlap right now. Jeremy from the telemetry looked like he was a bit overzealous on the throttle in third and fourth gear by the looks of it, but managing to pick it up down the straight. Indeed, bad to his flying lap now, and it doesn't look like Owen or Adrian are going to be coming back out to improve on. They're not going to have time to do so. It'll be down to Hubert and Jeremy to improve on their lap times and potentially stop Owen from pole position today. Still not able to improve on his lap time at the moment. This will be his last chance to do so. Hubert okay at the moment.
This year, after opting to use the specifications for the 2017 season.
See how he goes through the final sector here. He's looking okay at the moment. He will have time to do another lap if he decides to go for it, of course. Comes around the final corner now, turn 15. Across the line. Looking fast, he's looking good. Is he going to improve? Does 1:31.5. Manages to knock a tenth and a half off. Still have time to do another lap, but it doesn't look like he's going to go for it. And Owen Lewis leaving it late. He's left it too late. He's on his out lap. He's not going to be able to improve on his lap time. Jeremy, meanwhile, he's about a second and a half down on his lap time at the moment. He's not going to improve by the looks of it. And no, he doesn't. Eventually, and he's slightly down in the first sector. He's only a couple of hundred. It looks very smooth, but his ERS, he's turned it down. It doesn't look like he's gonna make any improvements. He's turned it all the way down. Well, he's turned it up to 3. We'll see what happens with this final sector. Around the final corner now, it's okay, it's nothing spectacular. Across the line, he doesn't improve. He was only 3/10 off his best. But incredibly, isn't Owen Lewis still able to get a lap in for some reason? How that's happened, I don't know. Because he was still on it. I thought that as well, but apparently that's not the case. Because when the clock ran out, he was still on his, it was on our screen still showing as him being on his out lap. But nevertheless, he's a couple of up. And he does! 1:30.4. A second. He manages to get that gap to over a second. How's about that? Yeah, not sure what's happening with the timing screens, but at the end of the day, Owen on pole for the first time in the Elite League. Difficult to beat. So there's your grid. There's only 4 drivers: Owen Lewis, Hubert, Adrian Solomon, and Jeremy. So we're going to go into our, so we're going to get a 5-minute break to allow the drivers to make any last-minute changes if they need to. Now here we go. It is round 2 of the Talk of the Devil Elite League at the Paul Ricard circuit in France. Population of about 67 million people, more than the UK. 27 different regions in France, and Corsica is the place of Napoleon. The Paul Ricard circuit opened on the 9th of 1970, and 7 times the winner of the circuit has gone on to win the championship, and Alain Prost is the most successful circuit with 4 wins under his belt. Same number of world titles as well. And it's a 3.6 mile circuit. It's 2 DRS zones, 1 down the main straight and 1 back straight. 15 corners, 6 left and 9 to the right. The action zones to look out for: 1 last year, Bottas versus Vettel. And then turn 8, Ricciardo versus Raikkonen. And then Ricciardo again, this time with Vettel. All those taking place last year. 3 tyre compounds with us. It's the middle compound. It is the C4, the soft, the C3, and the hard tyre, the C2. So this is the grid. We have got Owen Lewis on pole position by over a second from Hubert, who is on the front row alongside him. Then you've got Adrian Solomon in 3rd and Jeremy in 4th. So with this being a 25% race, with this being a 25% race, they'll still be able to do 1 pit stop. I mean, the consolation prize 4th place can take away from this race this evening is if they don't get onto the podium, then they can always end up going for the fastest lap point. Absolutely. Now, normally, if it was a 100% race, it would be 11 to 20 laps on the soft tyres, 13 to 23 laps on the mediums, and 20 to 43 laps on the hard tyres. But it's a 5% race, so it will be a case of realistically softs to mediums. So yeah, that time from Owen Lewis in qualifying, that definitely shows he's got the pace. It'll definitely be very interesting to see how it all plays out. He'll be a very tough man to beat once the lights go out. Yeah, indeed, it was just over half a sec. It was about 7/10 separating second and fourth. So it'll be very, I mean, depending on how well Owen does in the opening stages of the race, it'll be very close to see who gets the last two podium positions. We'll wait and see what happens. Absolutely. And Jeremy, the first of the drivers, ready up. But in the main league, meanwhile, they've just finished the first part of qualifying. Still wet. Hopefully conditions dry up for the race. Nevertheless, here we go. 13 laps. 5 lights and out. It will be race time in France. A very poor start there from Jeremy. Oh, everyone else gets off the line pretty well. Hubert already going for a move into turn 1. Owen Lewis shuts the door on him. Goes a little wide. And oh my word. And Hubert took full advantage of Owen going wide at turn 1. Adrian trying to defend from Jeremy meanwhile. Jeremy trying to get through there. Not having any of it. Very clean. Yeah, but nevertheless, he's managed to get past Adrian meanwhile. He's managed to get past. He's now up into third. But nevertheless, nope. But nevertheless, obviously, with so few drivers, with so few drivers, it's a very clean start for everybody. So, the running order, it's Hubert in the lead, Owen second, Jeremy third, and Adrian in fourth. It looks like it's going to be between Hubert and Owen for the race lead. They're already 2 seconds ahead of the battle for third between Adrian and Jeremy. Jeremy's already a second ahead of Adrian. He's in the final corner now. Owen going to try and get a good toe heading down to turn 1. Oh, that's it. Indeed, and of course, like I said, with this being a 25% race, they'll still be expected to do one mandatory pit stop to change to a second tyre compound. Owen Lewis trying to get past Hubert on the back straight. Is he going to keep it? He gets the lead back. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Oh, but Hubert's managed to get the lead back. Jeremy just got himself a 3-second time penalty. That'll be for multiple track infringements. So here we go, on to lap 3 now. DRS will be enabled on this lap. And Adrian, fastest lap of the race so far, 1:35.5. We're about to see the DRS in action for the first day. Owen had to cut through turn 7. Nevertheless, DRS open. And Adrian getting past Jeremy meanwhile. Adrian up into third now. Two great battles here, one for the lead and one for that last podium position. Because even though Owen is within 1 second of Hubert, he's not going to be able to take advantage of the DRS because he was over a second of Hubert. It went DRS detection zone. Owen starting to lose ground with Hubert now. Hubert starting to pull out now. We're on to lap 4. We're approaching half distance already, of course, with it being a 25% race distance. And Jeremy has dropped way off from Adrian. Owen trying to get past, but Hubert shutting the door on him, not having any of it. Owen in the pits at the end of lap 4, as is Jeremy. It's a front wing change for Owen. And a front wing change. Yeah, it's Jeremy in the pits for the front wing change as well. Taking the front wing change out of the equation, you're looking at roughly 20 to 30 seconds for a pit stop here to make a pit stop and maintain position on the track. And right now, Hubert and Jeremy both have that advantage over their respective rivals for this race. The big question now is, can Adrian close the gap on Hubert? Gap remaining steady at the moment. But now it's starting. Now the gap's starting. And that's Hubert straight into the pits, as is Jeremy. They're both in the pits now. So here we go. Quick stop there from Hubert. Very quick stop there from Adrian as well. Will they be able to maintain position on the track? Here comes Owen coming around the final corner. This is going to be tight. Hubert's going to keep the lead. Will Adrian keep second place? Oh my word, he has! Brilliantly timed pit stop there from Adrian Solomon. Having just enough time to get in front of Owen Lewis. Very well played there. And Hubert being able to maintain the lead as well. Owen's going to have the DRS meanwhile. Surely he's going to get past without much trouble. Indeed he does. Now Owen can start hunting Hubert. He's about 3 seconds down the road. Jeremy is 8.5 seconds behind this battle for second place. Hubert, meanwhile, just maintaining his lead. On to lap 7, we're at 8 points in the race. Owen getting the fastest lap, 1:34.7. And Jeremy with another penalty. He's going to need to be careful, because if he gets too many of those, he might not even make it onto the podium today. Adrian, he's within DRS range, but he's not going to be close enough to make the move stick on this occasion. Adrian doing well here to keep within DRS range of Owen. Hubert with another fastest lap, 1:34.0. That gap's gone down to about half a second now. That's very well played from Adrian. Hopefully he can take full advantage down the back straight. Not on this occasion. The great thing with the DRS, he's closed it. Absolutely, and with how much with the gap closing all the time, there he goes wide. There's a time penalty. There's a time penalty for Owen. How crucial is that going to be? Yeah, and it would mean that Adrian could potentially see himself trying to get into second place, but of course he's got a time penalty as well. So if he's wanting to have a shot at getting second place, he's going to need to fight for it at this point. And oh, Adrian goes wide, sorry. Into lap 9, 5 to go now. A real shame for Adrian going wide there. Difficult to say who driver of the day will be, because we're not really seeing these drivers at their fullest. But if I had to choose based on this, I would definitely go with Hubert. He's definitely been the cleanest driver of anyone. He had a great start, took full advantage of the mistakes that Owen's been making, and he's, to my knowledge, he's not received any penalties. Absolutely. The gap's 2.8 seconds between Hubert and Owen, who is 2.5 seconds ahead of Adrian, and Jeremy a massive 11 seconds behind. And Jeremy, as I say that, gets another time penalty. What you would have been wanting. But of course, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Jeremy in the pits again. Well, that's interesting. He's gone on to the soft tyres again. He's figured he's got nothing left to lose. He might as well go for the fastest lap. And let's put it this way: if I was in this position, I'd be doing the same thing. Two to go after this. penultimate lap now. Owen 2.6. But it looks like the gap's closing. Is it going to be enough to try and get into contention for the race win? He's going to need to not only pass Hubert, but also pull out at least a 3-second gap to be able to keep that race win because of his time penalty. But realistically, I don't think that's happening. We're about to start the final lap of this race. We might as well just call it a sprint race here. But a race regardless. Owen is closing the gap, but of course 3 seconds is going to be added on to that time, so it's not going to make much of a difference. Adrian's also got time penalties to take into account, but how much of a time penalty does Adrian have? And there we go. Oh, that's another time penalty for Owen. Yeah, not just for the win, but it could potentially cost him that second place on the podium. Very well played from him there. And Adrian just got another time penalty. So did Jeremy. And oh, hang on a second. Oh, Hubert spun it! Hubert spun it! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? From first to third! Talk about last lap drama! Now, oh, how that happened, I don't know. But we need to wait and see. Owen Lewis crosses the line. He takes the checkered flag. Adrian crosses it. And Owen Lewis just keeps the win! Despite the time penalty. Talk about last lap drama! Owen Lewis, despite the time penalties. I've got to say, dare I say, I think the commentator's curse struck again. And Hubert is livid, and I don't blame him. There it is. So there we go, that is it. What a dramatic climax. Yeah. Because it looked like, where he lost it, it looked like it was round 10. Possibly clipped a curb somewhere as well. Well, nevertheless, that is it this evening, folks. It's shorter than we expected, but nevertheless, we got a dramatic climax. And thanks very much for joining in this evening. Yeah, so I'm going to try and jump on board with the main league commentary just now, and I'll see you out on track tomorrow, Kieran. Yep, I'll see you then. And on that note, that brings to an end this evening's coverage of the Talk of the Devil Elite League. Owen Lewis somehow managing to take the win despite his time penalties. And there you go. Anything can happen. So, I'll see you guys again shortly for the Talk of the Devil main league. Until then, good night from the Elite League and thanks for watching.